do that again. I need to change the settings. Okay, so it's already mirrored. Is that right? It's not the flip. Oh, I know. So if it's right for me, it means it's wrong for you. Alright? How's that? Can you guys read that right? Anyone in the chat? I have that the right way, right? And this is a live, guys. I know some of you posted it on my clips. It's a little late, but thanks for the input. Who's live? Can you see that? Can you read that right? Someone comment. What's going on, guys? Spectre Elders. Elder just what this card, the energy of this card is. Elders is just those of more knowledge, meaning ascended masters, meaning not your first rodeo. But people want to look at it through these worldly eyes and degrees and stuff like that, which in the overall sense of the universe, that's meaningless. I mean, not that it's not good to have, but a waste of time. Oh, the troubles of today, chaos. Don't waste time with the troubles of today. Alright, Spirit, what do we got? Got Banker. It was up to something in December. It could have been the chaos spells. Jealous of your gifts. Mama said it's gonna be okay. Ooh. So this banker thought that you were an easy target. Thought that you were an easy target to get away with the stolen money. We got December and February. This shady behavior, stolen money. Wintertime. This banker was involved in it. Ooh, they're catching some karmic lessons for it. The chaos. Mind control. Mind control, chaos, attacking your crown, attacking your third eye, your first eye. Ooh. And they would come home. They were trying to use some sort of mind control to manipulate you into coming back, into coming home. You found a better home, though. Found a better home. These people this banker might find a new home too. Cycles are ending. They're completing. Her brother-in-law that could have been involved in the stolen money and the chaos spells. Brother-in-law thought you were an easy target. Brother-in-law that could be reaching out for help. Bringing the energy. Well, this brother-in-law wouldn't be bringing any good energy. Trusting the king, I can do anything. You know, it's not your first time. You know that all you gotta do is just keep your first eye on the most eye. Stay aligned, and you're all set. All those chaos spells, you're gonna make it through that. You're commander of your mind. That's why you're completing the cycles. Up, straight to the top. Christ consciousness. And it triggers them. Your light triggers these people. This brother-in-law, this banker. They're here watching you online. You, an earth angel. Highly protected by your ancestors. People watching under secret accounts. Could be reaching out for help under secret accounts. You made predictions that has them shook. You predicted you're going straight to the top and they're seeing it unfold. Ooh. They tried to stop you and they saw no wrong in it. They saw no wrong with it. Ooh, the Almighty One stepped in. Almighty One stepped in. Could have stepped in the fall time. They could have been doing this chaos in this fall time. Attacking your character. That was part of the mind control. But also part of they thought you were easy target. They thought that they thought that your character was going to be easy to tarnish. But no. You weren't focused. You were focused on going straight to the top. That's why you're quantum jumping. Completing the cycles. Fire in the hole. You take it off. You got higher knowledge. You could have got higher knowledge about this brother-in-law. You're out here finding balance and harmony. That's part of the reason why they're triggered, is that despite all the mind control and the chaos spells, that you were still able to find balance and harmony throughout the situation. And you're still able to let your light shine, and that's triggering to them. That's triggering to them. Quantum jumping. Manifest whatever you want. They're watching online, watching you manifest whatever you want. You, an earth angel. You, a free spirit. These people are jealous. They're jealous of your connection. Ooh. try to take you out for. Try to take you out for this. Lines up with the stolen money. They're getting tarot readings on you. You know, but underqualified for the position. What the energy that this card holds is these people are operating out of their south node. They're making very south node decisions and choices. Meaning low confirmation, low vibrational. Meaning there's no way the Most High would bestow upon them, you know, some of these positions. They're vibrating way too low. And then go get a tarot reading on that. These jealous motherfuckers. With the Most High, I can do anything. Yeah. First eye on the Most High, I can do anything. Be still and listen. Staying in alignment. Could have been using blackmail to try to attack your character somehow. Everything's happening in divine timing. Your luck's going to be changing in divine timing. Hitman's watch it online. That falls right under the money too. But it's also like part of the mind control was part of attacking your character. Attacking your character is also part of the chaos, which is just trying to, well, affect the way that people perceive you, which is what they were hoping was going to affect the way it was going to mess with your mental. And then they were hoping that they could stack enough of that on there. Then, well, ideally for them, you would do it yourself. You can't play me, but you can play the fiddle. You weren't. Yeah, you didn't fall into these traps. The cow jumped over the moon. Quantum jumping. Quantum jumping. They had a big ego, thinking that they were very confident that they were going to be successful, that they were going to be able to complete this. But no, it's not your first time. You're built for this. You're built for this. Chaos spells. Uncle's jealous. Big ass ego. This uncle could be his downfall. Uncle could have been attacking the character. Uncle could be watching online. The uncle could have a Jezebel spirit attached to him. Or they could have tried to send a Jezebel spirit at you to try to help, to try to control your mind. Or to attack you. That could have been a part of to attack your character, and that lines up with the blackmail too. They could have tried to send some Jezebel to compromise your character and somehow, and use that for some sort of blackmail. But no, it didn't happen. Didn't happen. Touch not my anointed. They faked around and they're finding out. That's gonna have them reaching out for help. They're trying to relieve the pressure off their mind. They're going through all the mental and chaos that they were trying to send your way. It's all coming back to them. Mm. Watching online. Lines up with the hitman and put a hit on you. In the spirit. That's what it's giving. But you could have made some predictions that have them shook. You could have made the predictions on social media. They could be watching on social media as you're manifesting whatever you want. They could be watching on social media, watching you find balance and harmony. Watching you quantum jump. Yeah, this karmic parent's getting tarot readings on an earth angel, an anointed being. And they're not going to get accurate readings. They're not going to get accurate. And they're probably wasting a lot of money. They're wasting a lot of money on it. Good. Predictions. Wait. All the skeletons of the closet, this karmic aunt, this karmic parent, that's double on the uncle. It's definitely all coming out on this uncle. As you're here in alignment, first eye on the most high, divine being, anointed, free spirit. Yeah, these people are all part of a secret society. All of them, all jealous of you, jealous ass motherfuckers. 2 jealousy cards are out. Yes, and they were all energy harvesting off you before you cut them off. That was part of the spiritual warfare. They're attacking a character, so whatever they were doing to attack the character and the blackmail, that could send them away on a vacation, whether it be spiritual or in the physical. You quantum jumps right into the arms of the Most High. Oh, that's awesome. Hell yeah. Yeah, they were trying to block the chakras. Trying to block the starseed. Trying to keep you separated from the Most High. Now, that wasn't supposed to come out that way. It was supposed to come this way. It was supposed to come out that way. I don't know why I didn't put it that way. You were working side by side with the Most High. They were trying to send a Jezebel spirit to block your chakras, to block you at your root. It was a big mistake. That was a big mistake. You had your awakening. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my. They weren't expecting you to go home to the Most High. They weren't expecting you to ascend. They didn't anticipate that. Ooh, but the Most High did. The Most High did. These people are learning it was a big mistake. They faked around and find out against you. What's up, guys? Question. Anything come out about a daughter? No, I haven't anything come into the collective energy about a daughter. Not recently. Alright, so initials for this read. We got E, D, K, I, H, X, L, P, A, G, and Y. Zodiacs, Pisces, Cancer, and Libra. Occupations, we got cashier, cleaner, bookkeeper, lifeguard, waste management, chef, teacher, optician, business person, author, plumber, accountant, police officer, bus driver, artist, and a baker. Then from the deck of Mayotte, we got Virgo, Capricorn, Principle 33, Worked Evil, Principle 40, Ben and Eavesdropper, Sagittarius, Principle 4, Committed a robbery with violence, 19, Taken food from a child, 5, Stolen food, 41, Gemini, Deceitful, Libra, Scorpio, Principle 39, Acted with insolence, Principle 13, Exaggerated my words when speaking, Cancer, Principle 42, Stolen anyone's land, and Principle 24, Disobeyed the law, spiritual law, universal law, natural law, any of the laws that really matter. It's got an overall energy. Alright, Spirit, what's the overall energy for this read? There's always eyes on you, so be careful of what you do in the rocky road that you choose. You know, but you're coming in as Queen of Pentacles, down to earth, practical, resourceful, but you're thoughtful, you're respectful. We got the Four of Pentacles. You're gonna have financial stability coming in. You're gonna be able to take a break. You're gonna be able to finally take a break. You got some sort of support coming in. These eyes are watching you. It's giving the energy of there's helpers that are watching you. They're watching you. But you just got to continue doing what you're doing. You're on the right path. You're on the right path. What's going on, guys? How you guys doing? You were born a leader. These eyes are watching you. You were born a leader. Seven of Swords. You had some deceptive people in the energy. Some deceptive people that were trying to lead you down a rocky road. But you didn't choose that. You didn't choose that. You chose a new path. You chose to move forward and to leave your comfort zone. You got rid of self-limiting thoughts. Fresh inspiration to make a new start a new project, just a new start in general. A new path, a new direction, a divine one. A divine one. At the star on the bottom of the deck. All right. Want to be free indeed. Want to be free. Working 7 days a week. You've been working non-stop. Ten of Swords. It's always darkest before the dawn. You've been putting in the time. Seven of Pentacles. You've been putting in the time. You've been putting in the work. You're not a slave. Royal blood running through your veins. You've been juggling a lot. But you've been keeping it all in balance. You're reaching a milestone. New achievements. Congratulations. I'm free. You were born free, but you become enslaved through the brainwashing and manipulation of society and everything. But you broke free again. Congratulations. Coming out of poverty, whether it be spiritual, mental, material. With the Most High, you can do anything. That's for somebody. Well, you freed yourself and you started getting more creative, intuitive messages. You started catching those divine downloads. Started catching the divine downloads. This past been fed the lies. You know, you went through the war, you went through the battle, but you made it through. Your resilience, your perseverance, royal blood running in your veins. You know, it's that big spirit energy. That just, once you tap into that, I mean, once you tap into that, hidden things in your DNA is unlocked and released. You know, the moon has to do a lot with the psyche, with intuition and psychic abilities. Let you tap into to other realms to get fresh, new ideas, new inspirations, new knowledge. Well, it's not new knowledge, it's old knowledge, because we never learn anything. We only relearn it. We only relearn it. Yeah, battlefield of your minds. Your mind's a battlefield. You can either be its commander or be its soldier. Commanders, they give orders. Soldiers, they take them. They're at the whims of their emotions. It's like your character with the seven of wands and the six of pentacles. Six of Pentacles. It's kind of giving the energy of like that your morals, your standards were challenged. It's like people they were looking at you as if like you put yourself on a pedestal and they wanted to knock you off of it. They were trying to prove that you don't have like the good heart that you do. But time's revealing that you have been putting in the work. The proof is in the pudding. The Wheel of Fortune. Proof is in the pudding. You've been putting in the work. And they can't deny that. Long-term strategy, being patient. It's a long-term game. A lot of people, they're small-minded. They only think about right here and right now. They burn these bridges that if they would have left the bridges and maintained them, it would have been more beneficial in the long run. But people don't think of long-term. They just think about what they can gain right now. And a lot of people are selfish in general too. Afraid of confrontation. Well, one of the most blocked chakras is your throat chakra, which has to do with speaking your truth and standing up for yourself. And that's why it's one of the most blocked, because it's one of the hardest to get over, to start standing your power, speaking your truth, standing in your truth. starting coming in hot with the magician right off the bat. Ready, ready, ready. You're ready to take skillful action. You're ready to take all the tools that you've learned and you gained and you put your tool belt. And you're ready to put them to use. You're more confident. You're confident in your skills. You learn to find, with temperance, you learn to find balance. So it's all about balancing, you know, the masculine and the feminine in you. We all have both, and then, you know, you have to become a fine balance of that. It's a fine balance of everything. It's a fine balance of the light and the dark. It's a fine balance of everything. It's everything. You know, but it's challenging. People are going to, well, of course, people are going to want to question you. People always question and they fear what they do not know and they do not understand. But, you know, you stand in, but that's part of your confidence and your power. You're standing in your power and your confidence, and it's that big spirit energy that gives you that real, true confidence. And it gives you that confidence to sit on your throne as the emperor that you are. Of an enlightened, positive frequency. You know, the Emperor and the Nine of Pentacles, you know, you formed a solid foundation. You formed a solid foundation that was formed upon the Most High, which that's the best foundation. You know it's not going to wash away with the wind or storms. But it's going to bring in self-sufficiency. It's going to give you the ability to take a break and recharge mentally. You have an opportunity for a new endeavor, and it's a new opportunity, and you're being guided to go for it. You know, you've been putting in the work. You know, you're more confident, and you've been honing your skills, and go for it. Go for it. There might be some anxiety with it, but you know, that means you know you're on the right path, though, right? That means you're on the path to growth. That's what that means. That's what that means. You're on the path to growth. But the Most High is not going to give you anything that's not impractical. Nothing that you can't do. Oh, but you're resourceful. You're resourceful, and the Most High is not going to put you in a situation that the Most High is not going to get you out of. Just stay focused, you know, first eye on the Most High. You could get tempted from the past. You could get tempted from the past. Could have temptations coming back from the past, but you know, you're very intuitive, and you're gonna know it for what it is. It's just it's a an attempt to keep you trapped into karmic cycles, and you're not gonna fall for that trap. You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. As above, so below. As without, so within. You can nurture and show them the way. Each one teach one. One hand washes the other. Both hands wash the face. You know, we're all in here to learn together. We're all here to learn together. Grow together. You guys have any questions? Any questions? Might do another gang stalking read. Probably. Yeah. It's gonna bother me. It's too tight. Oh. I don't like to be restricted. You know, there's a belief that the whole ties were to help tighten up your throat chakra. Oh, we used to do things a lot different. We used to do things a lot different. Some of it would benefit us to go back to. Are we aligned with our soul purpose? Who's we? Who's we? We're all on different paths. We're all on different stages, different levels. That's some wolves. All right, Spirit. What do you got? Some wolves. And all these people are teamed up together against you. Teamed up, they don't even know each other. They don't even know each other. They all stick their hand in the cookie jar. You could have became aware of it. Could have been a karmic parent. The secret society could have exposed themselves for what they did in August. Could be over for them for what they did in August. Could be tied into the stolen money. They want to keep the stolen money a secret. They want to keep the connections. They want to keep that a secret. The people that were connected together to do this. They want to keep some of those gains hidden. Some of the people that were involved in stealing this inheritance, they want to remain hidden. But there's higher knowledge about that. These people are curious about your higher knowledge. Yeah, it's people that are all teamed up together to create chaos for you. But there it is again. Curious about you. They're curious why they're curious how you were able to make it through all the chaos they sent at you, because they know that they wouldn't be able to do it if it was sent their way. They know that they wouldn't be able to do it if it was sent their way, and guess what? Karma circling around the block. Ooh. Oh, shit. They would. These pedos want to remain a secret. They want to remain a secret, but all the secrets are being revealed. They try to take you out in spirit for the stolen inheritance, or it could have been in physical. Could have been a government employee involved. These people are stalking you. Free the minds of the people. You became enlightened. You became enlightened. That's a government employee again. This government employee is jealous of your gifts. They tried to take your birthright. Ooh, they tried to take your birthright and getting caught up. It wasn't me. They tried to betray you. They tried to set you up, take you out for this inheritance. But you rose up. You rose your Christ consciousness. You ascended. You broke the mental shackles. You broke the mental shackles, which was part of the... The secrets being revealed, the secrets were being that were revealed when your eyes were open to that situation, that allowed you to break yourself free from the situation. Because you were living in a mental prison. Highly protected by the Galactic Federation. You, a prophet. Touch not my anointed. Touch my anointed. They're gonna be getting a surprise visit. This whole secret society. This aunt, there she is again, involved in this stolen inheritance. She's stuck with the third party. She's stuck with her choices. She's stuck with her decisions. She's stuck with these group of people. She's stuck with this betrayal. It wasn't me. The chaos. She's looking over her shoulders. The walls are closing in on her. Ooh. The government employee in captivity. Losing my way. But you did escape, you did break free. You know, you changed and you transformed. They were trying to... The Almighty Father's words never go in vain. They were social distancing. They were trying to distance you from everyone. They were trying to separate you, and they were doing that by spreading lies and rumors and deceit. They were trying to attack your character. They were trying to push people away from you. Any support that you did have, they were trying to push it away from you. But it didn't work. It didn't work. Their plan counted on that working, and that wasn't successful. And so that changed the game. That changed the game on them. April fucking Fools, bitches. April fucking Fools. Now they're under investigation. Ooh, for the stolen inheritance. This aunt. Oh, they were trying to say you were crazy. They were trying to say that you were crazy. You broke the trade of mental slavery. You broke away from these unloyal hoes. This aunt, this step-parent, this whole secret society, this whole evil coven, this karmic parent. They're all jealous. They're all jealousy gifts. They were all involved in this betrayal. They're all getting caught up, and they're all shifting the blame. It wasn't me. You could be getting communication about this. Hitman, stalker, betrayal, tied in with the karmic parent, tied in with the evil coven, tied in, falls right under, they're right under investigation. Ooh. They were involved with the chaos. They were involved with the stolen inheritance, the stolen money. They tried to take out a motherfucking demon slayer. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, of course, these people, man, with all their low vibrations combined, they still could not take you out. Oh, man. And it ain't over till the fat lady sings. Oh, man. But wait, there's more. They were trying to send it. They were trying to send in a Jezebel spirit. They were trying to send in a Jezebel spirit. What's going on, guys? What's that? Why will the live end? No. Why does it do that? What is that, 9:45? To enter into Zion's gate, your hands and your heart must be pure. To enter into Zion's gates, to ascend truly, your heart has to be weighed and has to come back lighter than a feather. And for that to happen, everything has to be aligned. Your thoughts, your intentions, your emotion, everything. Your actions, your everything. Alright, so for this read, initials, we got P, D, K, M, H, U, J, I, and G. Zodiacs, we got Virgo, Aries, and Cancer. Occupations, we got a designer, a scientist, an architect, a cashier, a real estate broker, a veterinarian, a hairdresser, an economist, an accountant, a butcher, a secretary, a gardener, an author, a pharmacist, and a bricklayer. Then from the deck of Maya, principle number 25, told lies. Principle number 7, stolen from a god or a goddess. Principle 11, cause a disruption of peace. Principle 2, slain a man or a woman. Principle 4, committed a robbery with violence. Principle 19, taken food from a child. Aquarius. Principle 14, stolen what belongs to a god or a goddess. 38, placed myself on a pedestal. 32, assaulted anyone. Taurus. Scorpio. Pisces. Gemini. 41, deceitful. Principle 30, made anyone cry. Capricorn. Principle 31, felt sorrow without reason. And principle 20, been angry without reason. Okay. Alright, sir, what's the overall energy for the read? So, you had found yourself in a situation that was, well, dissatisfying, disappointing. You were surrounded by people that just, you couldn't see eye to eye with. You couldn't see eye to eye with. You know, your clash of morals, clash of standards, and they didn't meet up to it. And, you know, you had to leave them. You had to leave them, which was hard for you to do. It was hard for you to leave them behind, but you knew it was time to create distance. You knew it was time to seek some solitude away from them, where you can really get aligned internally and seek guidance. But you know, these people that you left, you had nothing really truly in common with them. A few things, but nothing to keep you attached to them. Nothing to keep you attached to them. You know, you moved out of turmoil. You moved out of turmoil by moving away from these people, by cutting them out. You took a bold action. You took a bold action. But the bold action, you know, it was divinely guided. It was divine. You were divinely led to make the actions that you did. It was hard. It was hard for you to move away because even though you didn't have much in common for them, you still had empathy for them. Yeah, it can be rough being an empath. You know, but motivated by feelings. And these people, but the people that you left behind had nothing in common with. You know, they were motivated by the wrong feelings. You know, they're motivated by conflict of morals and standards. You know, they're motivated by the wrong things. They were only looking at this world through these worldly eyes. The long journeys to take, you know, the long journey it takes to find balance and harmony. They weren't willing to go on that journey. Well, now they have to pay the price for not being willing to put in the work. But you put in the work, and you're going to be rewarded for it. Mm. Were those cards you add in? What cards? These are tarot cards. The other ones are my homemade. That's my deck of my deck of wow, brain fart. Horus. Thank you for the gift. The hand wrote ones, that's my own personal one. I was divinely led to make that deck to expose the gang stalking. I call that the deck of Horus. Alright, I'm gonna be back. Just give me a minute. I'll do more reads. It's fucking entertaining out there. You can tell it's all the high school just at the graduation. All the college, high school kids are out there partying. All the fallen soldiers along the way. All the shotgun beers. Terror or gang stalking? It's good enough terror. I'm changing the music up. It's picking up the energy of grieving the loss of the past. You know, old childhood friendships and bonds that you had. People that you could have pushed away from. Oh, it's hard to leave, but at the same time, it's you were having a hard time seeing the positive in staying. This is war. Pick your side. Something happened. There was a situation that you picked the side, but you know you made the choice out of honesty and kindness. You know, it was aligned with your morals, aligned with your standards, but it pushed you away from them. You know, we outgrow people. It's hard cutting some of those bonds, even though especially when you feel led and guided to do so. You know it's for your better good, but it's still knowing the right thing to do and doing it. You know, two different things. It's a lot harder. But those are the tests, though. You know what I mean? Those are the tests. Those are the tests that you know complete the cycles. And when you complete the cycles, what's next? The world. It's endless possibilities. But you're never gonna know if you keep yourself stuck in repetitive karmic cycles. Tectonic shift. You went into hermit mode. You went into hermit mode and you started developing a new plan. Developing a new plan. Choosing to move forward, move out of the comfort zone. The comfort zone being the past, the old bonds, and it's the prior contracts that you had with these people that were now complete. That you had to, but when the contracts are complete, they're complete. There's nothing more to stay for. There's nothing more to stay for. But you're ready for a new start. Committed to the plan, keeping your first eye on the Most High. This is war. It's really easy. It's really easy to take things for granted and just to fall into ruts. You fall into ruts, but even though you might find yourself falling into the ruts sometimes, you stuck to the plan. You stuck to the plan. You stayed focused with your first eye to the Most High, and you always, when you stay in alignment, you always come right back out of the ruts. You'll come back out of any rut. You just keep doing the hard work. Doing the hard work. Being confident, standing in your power. Being confident, standing in your power. Being resistant, battle weary. It's in the name of glory. The first will be last, and the last will be kings. Building empires. The empire that you built was not down here. It was the one that you built in heaven, and you're reigning in heaven on earth. You're going to be rewarded for it. That's what we're here to do. To reign in heaven on earth. Raise the vibration. Raise the frequencies. We break the chains, Once we break the chain, we break the chains off of everyone by breaking the chains off of ourselves. We heal others by healing ourselves. Blessed are the persecuted. The first will be last, and the last will be kings. There's a quote that it's like, in the beginning, a patriot is scarce, but in the end, everyone is one. Meaning, in the beginning, it's not easy to go against the grain. It's not easy to go against the norm. It's not easy to stand up for what you believe to be right, what you not believe, what you know to be right. Because you only believe in things you do not know. But it's going to, most of the time you're going against the majority of people, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Everything else is going to fade away. And lies and deception all fades away. Because it's not a firm foundation. It's not a firm foundation. Foundations formed upon the Most High, they last forever. It's supposed to be reversed. Alright. Two of Swords in reverse. Hmm. Everybody stand up. It's their chance. It's a chance. Someone's having an opportunity, but they're indecisive about it. They're indecisive about it. They have a whole variety of options. A whole variety of options. But there's some sort of compatibility issues. Some sort of compatibility issues. Having trouble working as a team. I'm gonna light you up with my lyrics. We got the sun card. Light you up. Here's a chance. So there's a chance for this sun card. There's a chance for happiness and joy. There's a chance for this teamwork to be successful. But there's a whole lot of anxiety behind it. A whole lot of anxiety behind it. There's that's conflict and argument. It's over a misunderstanding. It's over a misunderstanding of compatibility. So the compatibility issues, it's just a misunderstanding. That's what the conflict is. But if you can work that conflict out, it's going to bring in a financial stability. But it might take some time to go inward and to really find that balance, to get centered, to get aligned, to think from a different perspective, You're having a hard time seeing the positive in the situation, but it's there. It's there. Now's your chance. It's going to take a leap of faith. It's going to take a leap of faith. I'm also getting with the sun card that, interesting. I'm also getting that you could get information that'll bring some clarity, that'll bring full awareness into the situation. Because you're having a hard time seeing the positivity. But interesting that's right there. Falling in love now. Next card up is the Lovers. It's a harmonious match. You're not seeing the compatibility, but the situation, it's going to be beneficial. It's going to be beneficial. It could be leading to awakening to both parties. But not only just an awakening, a fresh new start. Could be bringing a fresh new start that'll allow the both of you to share your resources. Share your resources to help free people from bondage. To help free people from mental traps that they're in. Coming at the King of Cups, you got good people skills. Good people skills. You're really good at handling a tough load. You're good at handling a hard load. But those skills are going to bring in new adventures. New adventures coming in fast. It's going to allow you to keep your independence. But it's also going to bring in strength and unity. Once you can see past this compatibility issues that are non-existent and only exist in the mental. It's a hindrance right now. It's a hindrance. You're being motivated by your feelings. You need to be a command of your mind and operate out of logic and not feelings. That's what's holding you back. That's what's holding you back. Like the Queen of Wands coming in hot. Coming in hot. You're out here. You're out here inspiring others to break their bondage, to set themselves free, to get them out of the ruts that they might find themselves in. To accept the fate, to accept the things that you cannot change. But this too shall pass. That's, it's something that people, it's easy to recite yourself when the times are bad. But at the same time, when times are good, it's also it's almost more important to remind yourself then that this too shall pass. Those times aren't going to last forever. So cherish them while you can. Cherish them while you can. That's why we give thanks every day. Every day is a gift. Taking all the world, all these haters getting mad. We can take over the world, we can free the world, you know what I mean? But it all starts with freeing ourselves, healing ourselves. And that's why all those bitches, man, all the bitches are mad. All the people that try to keep us in the lower vibrations, they're mad because we're raising the frequency despite all their efforts. Fuck them. I swear, what's that energy? A lot of people see the death card and, oh no, death. It's like, no, that's, for new things to begin, other things must end. For one phase to begin, or one phase ends, the next begins. Nothing lasts forever. It ties right into what we were just talking about. Something to remind yourself in the good times that, the great times aren't going to last forever. You know what I mean? This too shall pass. But as long as, you remind yourself that then, and just keep yourself humbled, right? Keep yourself humbled. But, the new beginnings, extra, read all about it. These new beginnings. new directions, a new startup, a new project, a new project. The Queen of Cups. There's people that are impressed with your ability to keep it all in balance. It's like they want to ask you how you do it, and well, I could lie to you if you want me to, because it's like almost as if like if you told them how easy it is for you, they wouldn't believe it, because you're very strong minded. The past could be coming back to haunt you mentally, to give you anxiety. To give you anxiety, you could be questioning whether or not you're on the right path. But you're being reminded to stand your ground on your decisions, and you're making the right choices. You're making the right decisions. The Most High's got your back. The Most High's got your back. So the Hierophant that talks about following the rules and tradition. It talks about following tradition in groups and establishments, right? It's more about like institutions, established religions. And the Nine of Cups talks about attending or hosting a social event. And you're having a conflict. That's part of this anxiety, the conflict. The top of the mountain, no matter how steep. Optimism. Got the star on the bottom of the card. The bottom of the deck talks about optimism. The top of the mountain, despite how steep it gets. Goodness put out, returned. Goodness put out, returned. The steep mountain, going through the trials, is not all in vain. not all in vain. It's not all in vain. Ten of Pentacles. You're building upon success. You're building you're building generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth through something that you like doing, something that you enjoy doing. So it doesn't really feel like work. It doesn't really feel like work. Alright. I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I got work tomorrow. But thanks for showing up. What song is that? Outlaw. This song is Geronimo by Moonshine Bandits and Domahue. Alright guys, thanks for showing up.